Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Your Highness, Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Your Royal Highness, Duke of York and founder of Pitched Palace Global, Your Excellencies, entrepreneurs, distinguished guests from Saudi Arabia and Bahrain, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to Pitched Palace GCC 1.0. We are honored to have as our patron His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces. 1 year ago, we were hosting Pitched Palace Abu Dhabi right here in the breathtaking Emirates Palace. And today, our event, and indeed our community of entrepreneurs and businesses, have spilled over and grown into our neighboring countries and evolved into the very first Pitched Palace GCC. And this is all thanks to His Royal Highness, Duke of York. His presence here today underscores the success of the Pitched Palace competition and the significant role it plays in bolstering the spirit of entrepreneurship. Partnering with the Office of His Royal Highness the Duke of York to launch the first edition of Pitched Palace GCC 1.0 is Khalifa Fund. This partnership has attracted competitors from the UAE and indeed from other Gulf countries such as Saudi Arabia and Bahrain, and has provided a unique experience in supporting budding and seasoned entrepreneurs in materializing their vision. This is evident from what we saw during the tour at the Khalifa Fund Innovation Oasis, which brought together elite projects and innovative ideas supported by Khalifa Fund and its strategic partners. Before introducing our speakers this evening, if you haven't done so already, we encourage you to download the official Pitch at Palace app from your favorite app or Google Store. This app plays a pivotal role this evening in terms of how you will interact within the competition and vote for the winners tonight, and I'll elaborate on the process a little bit later on this evening. So, dear guests, without further ado, I have the immense honor of inviting to the stage His Royal Highness the Duke of York, founder of Pitched Palace, for his keynote speech. And joining him on stage is His Excellency Hussein Jassim Al-Nuwais, Chairman of Khalifa Fund of Enterprise Development, for their speeches. Your Royal Highness, Your Excellency.
To be an entrepreneur. I founded Pitched Palace in 2014 to recognize and support the vital role that entrepreneurial activity plays and will play in the future economies of the United Kingdom and the world. And today, Pitched Palace is a thriving network of entrepreneurs and audience, one receiving ongoing support and the other helping to accelerate their growth. The interconnectivity in today's global economy extends to start-up and scale-up businesses, providing valuable employment opportunities for everyone. Our experience in the United Kingdom has led us to develop Pitched Palace Global, and we're excited by the number of countries that wish to bring pitch into their developing entrepreneurial ecosystems. The Pitched Palace Global program now operates across all continents, delivering support for their entrepreneurial businesses, giving their and our alumni access to crucial international markets across the world, providing connections that count and access to markets that drive revenues. And we deliver this through our audiences giving mentorship and advice, providing access to distribution systems or supply chains, making connections, and finally, investment in the various businesses. And our universe extends well beyond the usual constellations of the startup scene. We are incredibly proud of the impact we are able to make in generating many millions of new economic activity and, importantly, creating thousands of new and sustainable jobs. Pitched Palace continues to be a beacon for the very best in global entrepreneurship and innovation. And it is my ambition to keep hatching world-changing ideas. So, whether you're a radical young business that's ready to take on the world or a business leader who knows the power of imagination to transform established markets, it's your time to get involved. Pitched Palace, It's your time. Your Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen, it's an enormous pleasure to welcome you this evening to Pictured Palace GCC 1.0. 1.0 because we have been expanding over the last 2 years to expand and include other members of the GCC. Tonight I just want to tell you a little bit about the fact that what we are doing with Pitch in this part of the world is to work in partnership, first of all with the Khalifa Fund, but also with Bahrain and Tamkeen, which does a similar thing to the Khalifa Fund for Bahrain, and hopefully in the future with Saudi Arabia and other parts of this world. I believe very strongly that entrepreneurship and building businesses is a team effort. We need to build a community that gets behind and encourages these businesses. And so working in partnership with our colleagues here makes our job even easier. And it's also very important to remember that Pitch works for the entrepreneurs in a country, with the country, in order to be able to give them that platform. Or actually perhaps a doorway. Because what you are able to do this evening is to create a doorway for these businesses to move forward. And as I've said in the video, we're looking for people who are willing to become mentors for these businesses. We're also looking for people who would act as professional advisors, so sit on the board or give them business process engineering advice so that their governance is correct. We're looking to encourage you to access your supply chains and distribution systems, because if you allow these businesses to use them, they will earn revenue, and revenue generation is the best way to grow a business. And then the one thing that makes more difference than anything else to these businesses are the connections that you can make. Connections can be anything. You're going to have a moment, you're going to have a light bulb moment this evening when you're listening to these businesses and you go, I know exactly who I need to put them in touch with. And my suggestion is you either get in touch with them directly after this in person, or connect with them through the app. And oddly, the last thing that we're looking for is investment, because investment is a personal decision between you, the investor, and the businesses and the entrepreneurs. You have to understand what they are doing, and they have to understand what you are doing. Tonight is not about me enabling that sort of activity, but it will take place in the future. So remember that you, all of you, can make an enormous difference to these businesses by making that serendipitous connection. Finally, I would just like to say thank you to all our partners and friends here in Abu Dhabi and around the region who have made this whole project possible. And without your support, too numerous to mention, we couldn't have been able to deliver what we aim to deliver for you. So thank you for coming this evening. It is a great pleasure to welcome you to Pictured Palace GCC 1.0. Thank you.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Your Royal Highness, Duke of York, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It gives me a great pleasure to be with you tonight to celebrate innovation and entrepreneurship at the second Pitch at the Palace in Abu Dhabi. In this event, we aim to connect brilliant ideas of our entrepreneurs with the tested and proven capabilities of investors, businesses, businessmen, and decision makers. We do so driven by our strong belief that today's challenges will be addressed by empowering our youth to think, innovate, create, and fulfill their ambitions to the fullest. Khalifa Fund is a realization of this belief and has been, since its inception, at the forefront of empowering the youth to pursue their dreams. We started in the UAE. However, today, Khalifa Fund has presence in Egypt, Jordan, Chechnya, Belarus, and soon will be in Tanzania, Rwanda, and Mauritania. We do so because we believe in supporting our friends and allies to empower their youth to achieve and prosper. We follow a path set by our founding father, Sheikh Zayed, Allah yarhamah, and continued by His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed, the President of UAE, to reach out and do good wherever we go. At the heart of this is our alliance with Pitch at the Palace initiative that has grown to become much anticipated at the local, regional, and global levels. Several other initiatives were launched as well to empower the talented, such as Khalifa Innovation Center, Ibtikari, and the Emirati Innovator programs. We have kept up with technological advancement and developed state-of-the-art programs such as SME Knowledge and Khalifa Fund Gateway. We worked hard to generate greater awareness about entrepreneurship among the Emirati youth. Throughout a decade of entrepreneurship empowerment, we funded more than 1,400 projects with nearly 1.7 billion dirhams. We also provided training to over 8,500 Emiratis, of which over 60% were women. In 2019, Khalifa Fund will further enhance its innovation initiatives. The fund will launch the concept of 100 Hub to support and grow 100 innovative projects through a new approach of incubation. We are committed to prepare a generation of nationals to be part of the Mohammed bin Zayed generation, ready to embrace the fourth industrial revolution and gear up for a post-oil era. Our alliance with Pitch at the Palace is a testament to our commitment. We launched the Pitch at the Palace UAE edition last year to provide the perfect platform for Emirati entrepreneurs to showcase their innovation and requirements. This year, we extended the competition to include GCC entrepreneurs as well. Now, I would like specifically to address the young entrepreneurs in the room. How can you get the best out of this event? Let me share with you some thoughts. First, fall in love with what you do. Be passionate about your ideas. Think all the details through and work hard to fulfill your dream. Secondly, commit to your dream and work hard to achieve it. Believe in your abilities and go the extra mile to identify the skills that you need to learn and develop. If you don't succeed from the first time, try and try again. Accept failure and learn from your mistakes, and always have faith and confidence in your ability to adapt and achieve. Why is it so important you succeed? because you are our hope. You are the future of our beloved nation. Finally, I would like to close with a quote of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. His quote, "You must be better than us, and better than your fathers and grandfathers. You are the hope of this nation. You are the future of this nation, not the barrels of oil." End of quotes. I would like to congratulate our 15 participants, and in particular, our brothers and sisters from Saudi Arabia and Bahrain, for making it to the final stage, and wish you all the successful and happy pitching at the Palace. I would like finally also to thank my team from Khalifa Fund and the team of His Royal Highness, the Duke of York, who made this event a successful one. Thank you all.
Take your speech with you, because just in case they want it.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness and Your Excellency, for your words of encouragement and insights. Distinguished guests, we're now going to watch a short video chronicling the journey of the entrepreneurs in this competition, starting with the first and second on tours in Abu Dhabi and Sharjah, followed by Pitch at Palace in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, and then finally at the boot camp stage, where all our participants from the GCC were trained to deliver their innovative ideas to you tonight. Our representatives from international, regional, and local companies, and a global audience composed of government decision makers, businessmen, and executive heads of prestigious companies. Okay, so we're getting closer and closer to the pitches segment of the evening, but before we get into that, we have a few very important announcements to make. In order for you, the audience members, to participate in tonight's program, we would like you to please download the Pitched Palace app. We have provided Wi-Fi services for you to help you do that. If you please search for the network name of Palace GCC, you will be able to connect to that network using the following password, gcc.2018. If you refer to your name badges, the spelling of the password is mentioned behind your name badge. Now that you're online, we would also like you to get social and be active on social media. Our social media handles are #PitchAtPalace, @PitchAtPalace, and @TheDuke of York. Please get social, get active, cover our event tonight, and let's get this competition trending. Now, another reason why it's very important for you to be connected and online this evening is because you are members of our esteemed panel of judges. You will be determining our winners tonight, and you will be doing that by casting your vote through the official Pitch at Palace app, which you will find and can download from either the Play Store or Google Play, the App Store or Google Play. What you can do with these through the app, there are three things that you can do using that app. Number one, you will be able to discover other Pitch at Palace events and get familiar with the program and the innovative ideas that are being presented there. You can also use this app to connect with the entrepreneurs here tonight and other members of the audience. And most importantly, you will be able to cast your vote through the Pitch at Palace app. And I'm going to give you more instructions on how you can do that a little bit later on this evening. So tonight, we are going to receive 14 pitches. Each entrepreneur will have a time frame of 3 minutes for them to deliver their pitch to you. How do they know that their 3 minutes are up? We have a quick demonstration here. Thank you, Mark. There is no missing the deadline, entrepreneurs. If you hear that, your time is up. And finally, our pitches today have been categorized into 5 categories: educational technology, energy and environmental technology, the Internet of Things, social impact technology and robotics, artificial intelligence, and virtual reality. By the end of this evening, we will have 3 winners in addition to a People's Choice winner. So I think we're now ready to finally hear some pitches. And our first entrepreneur for this evening will be presenting under the category of educational technology. And presenting Arawi to you is Ms. Hala Ahmed Sleiman. Hala, the stage is yours.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. This is Hala Sulaiman from Arawi, coming to you from the Kingdom of Bahrain. A lot of you tonight will be looking at the slide to try to understand the story of Arawi. But 30% of the population in this room will be using their auditory skills to try to acquire more knowledge. And this is how Arawi came into being. 3 executives traveling all the time could not find enough content online or digital for Arabic content where people could read and acquire more knowledge. But it's not only about 3 of us, and it's not only about the co-founders. There is an audience of 420 million speakers and those who understand the Arabic language. And hence, there is a market for people to acquire knowledge, to learn more using auditory skills. And this is how Arawi, which in a nutshell is hopefully going to be the Audible of the Arab world, came into being. So, what are our achievements in less than 12 months? We started in less than a year ago with 100 books and 3,000 users. And now we are at 400 books, 18,000 users, and we are aiming every year to have about 500 to 700 books uploaded to our digital platform and online application. But it's not just a mobile app. It's a mobile app for those who would like to acquire knowledge, and it's also an e-marketplace for the publishing industry where narrators, publishers and authors and studios will be able to work together online to provide the content to the end users. What have we also achieved? We have changed our marketing strategy in 12 months. We are B2C. We have also become B2B, and very soon we will be on the biggest airline in the region. However, I apologize, I cannot announce their name until December due to an NDA, but this takes us to our ask. What are we hoping to do is to get access to content owners and publishing rights in the GCC and the Arab world. We're looking for funding of $700,000 for a period of 3 years, and we also hope to have our audiobooks on Etihad Airways and other regional airlines. Tonight, being on the stage in Abu Dhabi is an achievement in itself, whether we win or we don't win. But we have also won several awards, and one of the most recent ones was the Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Award for Young Business Leaders as the best startup in the Arab world. In less than 12 months, we are happy and proud of coming across to you and bringing to you the audible of the Arabic world. Thank you.
Hala, just before you get off stage, we do have one question for you. What is the dream? What is your vision for Arawi?
We have a vision. We have a vision of getting our Arabic culture, our heritage, the Arabic content, not only to just based on a business plan of 100,000 users in the coming year. There are 420 million people who speak the language, and we also wanted to go across all borders, overcome the digital divide, and support our governments, our countries, and the United Nations in achieving SDG 4 as well, which is education and literacy for all.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Hala, and good luck tonight. Congratulations. Moving on to our next category tonight is energy and environmental technology, and we will have a pitch delivered by Abdullah Al-Qahtani on Camel's Mate.
Assalamu alaikum. Your Royal Highness, Your Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen, I am Abdullah Al-Qahtani, the founder of Fikra Tech Establishment. I have lost some of my relatives in camel vehicle collisions, which is so sad. Then I realized it's a common problem. In a small city in Saudi Arabia, 200 people die in camel vehicle accidents every year. I love camels. I own some, and I want to protect people and camels at the same time. We came up with Camel's Mate, a wearable, solar-powered GPS tracker, which sends the camel's location while they move to their owners in SMS messages. When camels get close to roads or highways or wherever they aren't supposed to be, alarms go off in the owner's app and concerned authorities. The base fine of camel vehicle collision is more than $2,500, while the tracker with its SMS package is about $90. We have also made an app for drivers, which has some of the potential camel cross locations and send warnings to the drivers when they approach those locations. It's all about saving lives, survive better, and saving money. I asked to be connected with telecom companies' chairman and transport ministers in GCC. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdullah, for that presentation. So you have an auditorium full of people here today that can make your dream come true. What do you really want to get from them?
I just want to be supported and to tell people about the camels. The camels are part of our history and our culture, and we need to save them and save people as well. This is what I want.
Great. Thank you very much, Abdullah, and good luck tonight. Good luck. Good luck. Moving on to our next category is the Internet of Things, and presenting Cybergate to you is Mohammed Abdullah.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. My name is Mohammed bin Bout al-Harsusi, proud founder of Cybergate. Cybergate is a local establishment founded by local youth on a critical mission of building UAE's cybersecurity resilience through effective use of technology, processes, and local people. Alhamdulillah, today, Cybergate is a leading security provider in the UAE with a security operations center here up in Abu Dhabi, and we're providing security services and solutions to tens of government and semi-government entities in the UAE. Being at the front line of the defense, we understand the threshold and threat landscape that our nation is facing, and we are working around the clock in developing our local capabilities and resilience in fighting back. We can all agree here tonight that localizing your security operations is critical. Have you ever heard of a Chinese monitoring for France or a Brazilian monitoring for Russia? No. We understand at Cybergate that this must be happening. In 2014, our government circulated a resolution stating of localizing our security operations in UAE. At Cybergate, and being a local establishment responsible in this space, we developed a 4-month enablement program targeting the unemployed local resources in Tawteen, fresh graduates in universities, and shortlisted candidates and clients. We put them through our 4 months enablement program with proper experiential learning on our platform. Our platform today is offering services and projects across the UAE. Today we have over 15 local resources executing projects around the UAE worth of millions. In fact, we have some of them here. I have Harb Zaabi, which is a good example of our local enablement program. Today, he's executing the biggest database security project in Abu Dhabi. This program proving to be one of the best programs, and today, alhamdulillah, we're being contacted by government entities to hire our local resources. Cybergate basically is a station for qualified local resources in this field. We work day and night in developing them, and we believe in our program, and we're here tonight seeking a proper upgrade to our platform where we can have the right support from the government and partnership to take it to the second level. We believe in this, and we believe it could be also replicated in different industries. My ask tonight is 5 minutes with Your Highness, if you can please, to explain more about our platform. 3 minutes are not enough. Another thing, I would like to also meet Khaldun al-Mubarak, Sultan al-Jabir, and Mohammed Garagawi. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Wait, Mohammed, please come back. You're not done yet. Come back. This is your chance to clarify your seek. So you mentioned that you would like to have certain meetings.
Yes.
Prior to that, you mentioned that you want to upgrade your system. What do you need to upgrade your system?
So we started our enablement program a few months back, and today we have really qualified resources, and we're looking to a partnership with the government in sponsoring our program that really benefits all sectors in the UAE. We are fully security company. Alhamdulillah, today we are doing 7 and 8 figures. And we believe through experiential learning, our local resources today are lacking that, and they can get hands-on experience. And today already we have people going to Adnok, people in Mubadala, people in municipalities. And we believe in this, and we believe in experiential learning, and that's the best way to learn.
Thank you very much, Mohammed, and good luck this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next pitch tonight will be delivered by Abdullah Shimmari on food dates.
Assalamu alaikum. This evening, I would like to talk with you about one of the key survival elements, which is food. 3 out of every 4 in the UAE orders food online every day. The market value of the food online ordering in the UAE itself is 13 billion dirhams a year, with a growth rate of 6%. With such an opportunity, Food8 was born in 2016 with a vision to innovate the food technology market. Starting from a business to consumer segment, we have successfully delivered more than 87,000 meals to the lazy people who loves Netflix. After that, we have seen another opportunity that lies within the market of the business to business segment. And that's when we introduced the Rest Hero, and where we are been able to enable and to encourage the food and beverage businesses in the UAE to acquire the benefits of the e-commerce business. Moving along, we have made a study, and there's a sad side in every story. And the sad side of the food industry is that we, as humans, are wasting more than 50% of what we cook on a global level. In the UAE itself, the amount of wastage is counted for 40% up to 55% in special occasions. This amount that is wasted is actually equivalent to more than 15 billion dirhams that is tossed into the landfills every year. Our initiative, which is for the year of Zayed, and which is basically our initiative for the year of Zayed, which basically facilitates high-tech technology and enables us to collect the unused cooked food from the restaurants and deliver them to the less fortunate people, is called At'am, which translates as feed in Arab, in English. We have successfully signed so many MOUs, like more than 60 MOUs with different food and beverage owners in the UAE. And what we are aiming for here, and what we ask for, is to be connected to the food bank entity in the UAE and to the food bank in the UK, and also to be connected to the non-profitable organizations in the UAE, GCC, and UK. And also, if we may ask for, we want to be connected to the Food Security Ministry. And from there, we would like to take this noble initiative from the UAE to UK, to GCC, UK, and from there to the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdullah. So you've made your market clear, you've made your ask very clear, but if somebody asked me why I should invest in Food8, what would the answer be?
Sure. I would retrain the question to you. Would you want to invest in the corporate social responsibility arm, which is At'am, or you want to invest in the business side? In the business side, we can show you the business plan, the business model, and where we have reached already in the UAE itself, and what is our forecast market for the KSA and Europe. However, if you ask me for the social corporate responsibility arm, I would tell you, we are aiming to feed around 1 billion people who do not have access to food worldwide. And this is not only a project for the UAE, we want to take it from the UAE to the world.
Thank you, Abdullah. And good luck tonight. Next up, we have Mashari Al-Umayyar presenting to you Get Baqqala.
Saleh is a farmer from Al-Qasim province in the middle part of Saudi Arabia. He spends months and months in making sure he produces the best quality produce every single season. But I'd like to ask you this. How long do you think it takes Saleh to collect from the middlemen? I'll save you the time. A whole year. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. My name is Mashari Al-Umayyar, co-founder and managing director of Get Baqqala. Get Baqqala is an e-commerce platform that focuses on fresh food and groceries. Since we started in 2016 in Bahrain, we were able to bring to the market many solutions and many, I would say, differentiation from competitors. One of which we were helping people like Saleh by connecting them directly to the end users. Not only that, but helping other busy family members, as well as young professionals who don't have the time to do grocery shopping, by partnering with supermarkets. But we did not stop here. We were owning, after a while, our own inventories. And as well as we were able to help small and family businesses by using our platform, what we called Baqqala Next, which is essentially a 24-hour delivery that we will actually able to do that by using our own cold storage logistic fleet. Today we have 15,000 active members, 80% of which are repeat business. Since our last Picture Palace in Bahrain, we expanded to Saudi Arabia, the largest GCC market. And our ask tonight is also to help us go to another country, such as the UAE. Thank you so much.
Mishari, thank you very much for that. If you had to draw a border around your market, where would that border be?
The entire GCC.
That would be your future plan?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Mishari.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next pitch tonight is Help for You, and our entrepreneur is Sabah Al-Shamsi.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sabah Al-Shamsi, and I'm the co-founder of Help for You, a platform that helps small and medium companies enter the digital world in no time, increase efficiency, and increase sales. In this region, we have plenty of small companies who are the driver of the growth for the local economy, like cleaning services, home maintenance, babysitting, who has been operating for decades without a digital presence, and hence, they are not part of the digital revolution. Hence, they are basically and gradually losing both revenues and the ability to compete. On the other side, we have individuals and families who are very much tech savvy and who needs these services but cannot find the right service provider online. So, what we have built in Help for You is a one platform to solve both of these problems. On one hand, we have helped service providers to create their own e-commerce website, to accept online payment, and to integrate with tools to manage their customers and revenues. We basically help them to be part of the digital world in a matter of hours and without any technical expertise. And the services is any service that you can think of. On the other hand, we have helped customers to have a one-stop shop for all of these services, to book, compare prices, and to see the rating of these service providers. As you can imagine, it is a win-win for all parties involved. We are enabling a small company in a remote part of the globe to get access to the digital world in a matter of hours. We are helping customers to compare and see prices, and we are generating revenue out of it. The promising story that started as a digital marketplace has now grown to have more than 100 service providers and more than 5,000 customers on a monthly basis. And that is in Dubai alone. What we believe in is that this platform is not meant to be only for this region, and rather to be a global phenomenon. And we aim to take it to that level. Hence, we would like to go viral today in all social media. And my humble ask to you today is that to like us, follow us, mention us in all digital channels that you are familiar with. Thank you so much.
Sabah, thank you very much for your presentation. If you have an opportunity to add to your ask that you just made in front of the audience, what would you like to add to that?
Beside the financial,
Sure.
Basically, we would like to. Our platform has grown technically right now. It reached a maturity level. What we need to invest right now is in a marketing strategy, and that's exactly what we need.
Excellent. Thank you very much, and
Thank
good
you.
luck tonight. Thank you. Our final pitch under the category of Internet of Things is Rehome, presented to you by Safa Al-Amri.
My sister and I are twins, but we're not the same. I wake up in the morning, I open the curtains, I feed her and prepare her for the day. I make sure she is safe and someone is there to supervise her when I go to work, university, or even this venture. When I come back, the same checklist again. In between, she never leaves my mind. I accept the emotional side of it, but I believe an automated assistive home living will help people like us. We estimated this to be an $80 million a year market in the UAE alone, and over $1 billion across the GCC. And so we created Rehome. Building on my co-founder experience at the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital in London and Zayed Military Hospital here in Abu Dhabi, we designed Rehome to underpin clinical services. Rehome is therefore the first UAE service provider that integrates medical, smart home, and renovation solutions as customized turnkey projects. Whether it was a walk-in shower with a smart thermostat, accessible kitchen for our brothers and sisters in determination, smart lights, or a chair lift for your parents to go upstairs. These off-the-shelf tools can be sourced through many channels. The key is that Rehome integrates and monitors these in accordance with the medical needs of the individuals, approved by the patient in our own private blockchain-based platform as a service, meets HIPAA, FHIR, and ISO compliance with military-grade security, supporting the Internet of Things for both medical devices and smart home tools. Using the 3D scanning, we will redesign, agree, and then build the home with monitoring services. Rehabilitation pathways will be refined over time, using our previously patented AI technology. This AI will learn from the first 20 customers to optimize their care path accordingly. Within a year, we will have a tried and tested system to help patients to live at home. I therefore request that our project to be included in the DOH regulatory sandbox. And since our leadership has taken the initiative of Elderly UAE, for whom this is so relevant, we request the full support for the first 20 civilian and military candidates through collaboration with authorities, such as the municipality, to integrate smart homes aligned with smart cities, both for Abu Dhabi and London. As we are all over the world facing these challenges, we believe that we can improve the lives of others under the joint guidance of UAE and UK leadership. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Safa. How do you aim to, please? So your platform talks about improving the life of others. Why is that so important?
Because the people with determination have determination, and the people who care of them even have determination. And for them to just stay in home because the environment is not helping them, it's not fair enough to me.
Thank you very much, Safa. Thank you very much. So we're going to check in very quickly. Can I see a thumbs up if you've downloaded the app? Okay, we're almost there. So I encourage you, please, if you have not downloaded the app yet, please do so. We do have Wi-Fi access to help you do that. We're going to now move on to social impact, and our first pitch under this category is 1GCC by Al-Harith Al-Atawi.
صاحب السمو Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed, Your Royal Highness, distinguished guests. The Arab Thought Foundation recently released a study. We need to create 80 million jobs in the Arab world by 2020. And that number scares me. My name is Al-Harith Al-Atawi. I'm the co-founder and chief executive officer of 1GCC, and I'm on a mission to help people find jobs. And we started right here in the GCC, where we have strong economies, we're creating a lot of jobs, but it's very hard to employ GCC nationals. Only 5% of us think we have the adequate information on how to write a CV and apply for jobs. 95% of us look for jobs through family and friends. And that's why we created 1GCC. We want people not only to make it easy, but we want it to be the norm, and we want it to be the norm, and we want it to be acceptable for people to go online, upload their information, and apply for jobs. And that brings us to the second challenge. 63% of us hold degrees that are not relevant to the job market needs. And this is a global problem. AI and smart machines today are wiping out 70% of traditional jobs, and that's why we focus on skill matching. We had a client in Saudi Arabia. They thought they needed 300 civil engineers. What they really needed were people who knew how to operate AutoCAD. We got them 200 female Saudi interior designers who were previously unemployable. They were on our database, and we got them hired. Till today, we have been very successful through smart messaging and marketing. We have over 100,000 job seekers on our platform and 3,000 companies. And we want to have even more success stories like the Saudi story. And we want more people to register. And that brings me to my first ask. The ask is all of you, the audience. Please go to 1gcc.com, whether you're an employer or a job seeker, and register. My second ask is to increase the job seeker numbers. We need to collaborate with local authorities. We've been very successful in working with the Bahraini Ministry of Labor, and we want to repeat that success right here in the UAE and in Saudi. So if you can help us make that collaboration happen, please reach out to me. And remember, supporting 1GCC is supporting the future generation in securing jobs. Thank you.
Hara, thank you very much for that pitch.
Thank you.
Why should we vote for you tonight?
Because we have, I think, one of the most important things in any country is social stability. And I think that starts from employment. Today we are having a growing challenge of trying to find jobs for people. And we don't need to create 80 million jobs. We have a smart solution in how we can employ our youth today. I mean, if somebody has great social skills, interpersonal skills, even if he studied accountancy, we can get him a job in sales. And we have a lot of success stories like that.
Excellent. Thank you very much, and good luck tonight, Hara.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Next up is Ali Zayer presenting to you Tamarran.
صاحب السمو, Your Royal Highness, ladies and gentlemen, very good evening. My name is Ali, and I love sports. I exercise because I like to have fun, to unwind, and just stay fit. But guess what? This is not about me. This is about more than 30% of our children and youth in GCC who suffer from obesity and diabetic problems due to lack of exercise and physical activities. A lot of them genuinely want to change their lifestyles and have fun and exercise, but they are struggling in finding the right venue or sport activity or even a partner to play with. On the other side of the equation, we have a lot of fascinating sports centers, personal trainers, and other sport events that offer amazing stuff. No one simply knows about them. These two problems need to be resolved, and the solution is Tamarran. Tamarran is an app that connects all the sport venues, recreational activities, and sport events with the people and empower them to book online in less hassle and shorter time. Whether you're looking for a basketball court, tennis courts, squash, horseback riding, water sports, you name it. It's all there on the palm of your hand. We started the journey 2 years ago in my country, Bahrain. And the results were outstanding. You know, we processed more than $1 million worth of booking revenue for the centers that joined us. And the business model is pretty simple, you know. If you have a sports center, or if you are a personal trainer, all what you need to do is to pay us a small subscription fee annually and a commission whenever we bring you new clients and new bookings. Our aim today is to move and expand to GCC and turn Tamarran to GCC's only sports community app that connects all the sport venues, all the recreational activities and sport events with the people and help them exercise and have fun. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a very, very important mission here to promote wellness through sports, to help our youth and children have fun and exercise and maintain a healthy and happy lifestyle. And for that, we have 3 asks. 1, we would love to engage with and collaborate with the Sports Council in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and with the Department of Culture and Tourism. 2, we would love to engage and seek and explore collaboration opportunities with the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health and Prevention. And 3, the weather is getting better, guys. You need to exercise. Please download Tamarran app and have your first bookings free of charge, because I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Ali.
Thank you.
So Ali, you mentioned that in order for you to grow, you want to be able to spread Tamarra into the remainder of the GCC, and you mentioned a lot of collaborative efforts that are required.
That's right.
Anything in addition to collaboration that you need?
To be frank with you, the fund is very essential and very important to achieve my vision. The vision is really, really to help our citizens and residents in GCC have a very healthy lifestyle. And to have that, we have to expand our team, have the infrastructure. Therefore, we need fund. We need people, we need believers. We need people who can believe in our idea and make it come true and make it happen. That's all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ali, and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you very much, guys.
Our next entrepreneur is Sajad Hamid, presenting to you the Stories Studio.
Good evening, Your Highnesses, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sajad, the co-founder of the Story Studio. I've been playing and appreciating video games for the last 20 years. I'm so sad that video games are not used to its full potential, and it's always portrayed as violent. Recently, there is an emerging trend happening towards social impact games. Studies also shows that there is a direct link between empathy and video games. A year ago, I was attending a conference where I heard a speech about plastic pollution. I came to know that how much the use of the plastic impacting the ocean. The facts were shocking. Did you know 100,000 mammals die every year because of ocean plastic? Like me, there are millions of people who are unaware of these facts. And this is not easy to take a positive action without awareness. So we combined video games and social impact to create the Story Studio. We are a game development studio. Each game we create is about real-world causes. Through fun and engaging gameplay, our aim is to raise awareness, empathy, and positive action through our video games, and also contribute a portion of sale back to the cause. Our first game is called Deep Blue Dump, a simple mobile game where a player plays as a guardian spirit which protects a baby turtle from its first ocean journey. While playing, players are presented with tips and facts about plastic pollution. And there is an Act Now section where players can make real-life changes as well. Players can visit these organizations to learn more, to take positive action, and to help reduce the plastic usage. This game will be available free to download next week. Deep Blue Dub helped us to sign a major publishing deal with Voodoo, one of the biggest game publisher in the world. Voodoo has about 150 million users per month. They are going to help us publish our mobile game worldwide with a guaranteed revenue of $500,000 through in-app purchase and in-game ads. We are the first game studio in the region to achieve this, and we are really excited about this. We are pioneer in establishing not only just a game industry in Bahrain, but also one of the few studios in the world creating games for impact. Currently, we are developing 2 more games for the next year. And over the next two years, we are planning to impact 11 million people through our games. So my ask today is, please connect with Expo 2020 General Director Rimal Hashimi, and please follow us on Twitter so you can download the game on the launch day and also help us to pitch in London. Thank you very much.
Sajid, thank you very much. I do have a question. Thank you for mentioning that. Where would you anticipate your market to be?
Well, it depends on each different game. For the mobile game, we are targeting towards hyper-casual industry. For an example, if you're traveling in a train or in a car, if you want to play a game, you can just you use any of these games. So, for an example, you might play one-finger games. So this game is categorized towards that. And also, we are, as I said, we are developing 2 more games for the next year. One is called Musa, A Brother Story, which is about a refugee cause. And that's going to be launched in PC and targeted towards adventure gamers. And will be targeted towards 174 million gamers.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, and good luck tonight. Good luck. All right, we're going to move on to our final category this evening, robotics, artificial intelligence, and virtual reality. And our first pitch in this category is Achieve 1 by Shaya and Muteri.
Your Royal Highnesses. AI. F. Your Royal Highnesses. Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. I'm Shah Al-Muteri, a co-founder of Achieve 1. I would love to start that my favorite language is number. So I will start with this. Do you know that more than 70% of companies in Saudi Arabia, they don't have a website? And only 14% of those companies serve through applications. And here we come and Achieve 1 to serve all of those businesses through applications and cloud-based SaaS model businesses. I would like to describe our businesses through Faisal's story. Faisal have a coffee shop in Riyadh, and he holds an events from time to time. And here we're managing those events manually and using an old point of sale not linked to internet. And we introduced him to Achieve 1, and that's what happened. Only 15 minutes later, he have a full point of sale. He have a full ticketing system that's linked with all payment gateways, so he can manage his attendees and events, all of those things. And only 30 minutes later, he have a full point of sale system that provide him to manage and sell and also manage his employees from anywhere in the world. And only 2 hours later, he have a full website that represent his coffee shop online. So, in only less than 3 hours, he have every technology he need to run his businesses. Faisal Business is only one out of more than 900,000 SMEs in Saudi Arabia that we can help. So my ask today for all of you, of course we are run for fundraising, but the most important for us is to introduce us to all of those SMEs across the GCC that we can help using our platforms. Restaurants, coffee shops, event maker, all of those type of businesses we can help with our platform. Thank you.
Shaya, thank you very much. I will ask you the same question that I asked Abdullah earlier. Why should I personally invest in your business?
Okay, so we are the first business model that's based in SaaS business model and cloud services that give all the technology that every SME needs. in one platform. So no one is competing with us in GCC.
Excellent. Thank you very much and good luck
Thank you.
tonight. Thank you. I have one request of our audience members. I can feel that the energy in the clapping is starting to die down. So for the next round of claps, I would like you to invigorate your clapping a little bit more and encourage our entrepreneurs to keep going. Next up is Artilis Software House. Presenting that is Saif Ad-Darmaki.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. سيدي سمو الشيخ عبد الله بن زايد Your Royal Highness, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. When I was at the age of 13, I noticed that my grandfather having sight issues. We took him to doctors, but they couldn't help him. 2 years later, he was blind. And that was due to a reason, a disease called diabetic retinopathy. Like my grandfather, there are more than 200 million people around the world are at the risk of losing their sight due to this disease. And if it is left undiagnosed and untreated, it will lead to blindness. Then those people will be as a burden on our society. Now the challenge is, the cost is high, the patient screening time is long, and people lack the awareness. And the solution is using our diabetic retinopathy detection system. It is a software that augments the doctor and improves their performance. Where a patient walks in a clinic, he or she will place their chin in front of a camera. Then the clinician will take an image per eye. Then our software will read the image at a doctor level. Those who are healthy will be screened out, and those detected with the disease will be referred to doctors. So far, doctors are enjoying using our software. It is a commercial product which has a CE mark. And the benefit of our software is the level of accuracy is very high, reaching 98%. And we have helped patients to reduce their journey from 4 days to less than 4 minutes. So far, we have screened more than 32,000 people using our software. And we have helped to save more than 7,000 eyes from blindness. And like my grandfather, there are 3 million blind people in this world. And my ask is implementation of our technology in Mubadala Healthcare hospitals and Red Crescent and Red Cross. Please help us to deliver quality healthcare to the forgotten billion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Saif. So your ask had both a local angle and a more regional or perhaps global angle to Red Crescent. Are you planning on spreading into other rural areas?
So let's put it in this way. 2/3 of the diabetic people in the world are living in this area, in the Middle East, Indian subcontinent, and the Far East. This is the region that needs us most. And our aim in Artilis is to deliver quality healthcare which is affordable, available, and accessible to people living in villages, in slums, and in refugee camps, and of course, in every hospital that we can deliver.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Saif. Thank you, and good luck tonight. Thank you. Next up is Gulf Tech for Building Information Modeling, presented to you by Mohammed Al-Aidarous.
Working 22 years in oil and gas industry, train people spot on details and work on quality. And this is my passion. And I took this passion and I put it on the construction industry. We all agree that the major issue in on any construction is time delay, cost variation, and low efficiency on the facility management. What I bring to you today is an artificial intelligence technology which will save, as per the international standard, 35% of the construction cost, 40% it will save time, and it will increase the return of investment by 80%. It is not new globally, but it is here now recently. Building Information Modeling, BIM. BIM, it will let you to experience the absolute virtual reality simulation for reconstruction from concept till completion and operation, and it will go further to manage your facility management. People keep asking me, what is the difference between you and the other service provider? And after deep research, I found that BIM in UAE and within the region, it is not used professionally. And Gulf Tech can utilize this technology and use it with full feature and combine it differently with other software to get the maximum and highest benefit in terms of cost saving and increase the efficiency of the facility management. Gulf Tech play effectively in Warner Brothers project Abu Dhabi, and now we are working on the tallest tower in the world covered with ceramic, which is ongoing project Al Wasl Tower Dubai. I want to be a part of this industry transformation to add a value to my country, government, organization, and nations. And my ask today, I need a project to keep my company running. And I want to sit with the CEO of Aldar, Musanada, and Emar. So I want to lead this technology within 3 years, to lead it in UAE, GCC, and Middle East. And this is my dream, and I believe in myself that I will do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mohammed. You mentioned that you want to work on a top project with the top CEOs in the region see, now I've forgotten the words. What's your dream project? What is it that you want to work on?
I was working in a part of the Warner Brother Abu Dhabi, and now I'm working on the mega project, which is the tallest tower in the world, Al Wasl Tower in Dubai. But I need another project to keep my company running. But for me, I have the capability to use this technology differently than others to get the high benefit, to save more as per the standard, international standard in cost and time.
Wonderful. Mohammed, thank you very much, and good luck tonight.
Yeah,
good luck. Thank you. Okay, we're at our final pitch this evening. Presenting UAE robotics is Mohammed Abdullah Hassan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mohammed Al-Logani, UAE inventor. I have 13 patents and 10 patents. Imagine, in a war, you have soldier from your family and brother or friend injured. It is differently to send the ambulance or some soldiers to their location. Now I would like to show you my robot named Hami Al-Bawasil. Hami Al-Bawasil is medical military robot. It protects the injured soldier while secured him away from the battlefield. The robot is equipped with the first aid water tank, a small cylinder for breathing, two-way radio communication, safety belt, and 4-track belt different for movement. The robot can respond and danger situation quickly, which can lead to saving life. The person who I believe can help me accomplish my dream of helping our soldier is His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the leader of our prevent soldiers. How I would like to meet in order to present him what is humble invention. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that pitch.
Thank you.
What is your vision for your invention?
My vision is creating a global company robotics.
Wonderful. Thank you very much and good
Thank
luck
you.
tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard all 14 pitches tonight. Can we please get another round of applause for them? Thank you. So I'm happy to announce that voting has officially started. Please make sure if you have not downloaded the app yet that you have done so already, as you will be voting for the winners tonight. You will also be given the same time frame that we gave to our entrepreneurs. You have 3 minutes to cast your votes. Please access the app, log in, and it'll take you to a page that says vote, where you can select 3 winners tonight. If by any chance you have any issues accessing the website, the app, please raise your hand and we're going to have a member of our team wearing a light blue badge come over to help you with that process. Can we have some members of the crew please helping our audience members? We have a few there, one over here, and a few here. So as I mentioned earlier, we are going to have the opportunity to select 3 winners tonight, in addition to the People's Choice. So please make sure that you cast your votes in the next 2 to 3 minutes. If you have already cast your vote, please feel free to browse through the app, connect with the entrepreneurs, learn more about the other Pitch at Palace events, and mention us on social media. Once we've received all the votes, I'm going to invite back on stage His Royal Highness to be announcing the winners, not yet, but in a few minutes once all the votes have been cast. We still have some audience members facing technical issues. Yes? Okay, we'll be sure that somebody comes around and assists you with the app. Once you've downloaded the app, you will be requested to log in. After you have logged in with your email, you will be taken to a page that has a nice big button on it that says vote. That vote will take you to another page where you can cast your votes on a page that looks like that. Thank you, Mark. That now signals the end of the voting period. Thank you, everybody, for voting. Please give yourselves a big round of applause. Thank you. From budding entrepreneurs to the ones that have made it, please allow me to introduce to you Mr. Adi Salamin, co-founder and CEO of iMina Holdings. He also serves as a chief executive officer at OpenSouq.com Limited. Previously, Mr. Salamin worked with Riyadh Enterprise Development, Abraj Group, Merrill Lynch, and Singularity Advisors. He holds a finance degree from the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania and a CSE degree from UPenn. Mr. Adi will share with us what it really takes to be a successful entrepreneur in the Arab region. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mr. Adi Salamin.
Assalamu alaikum. Winning. How do you define winning? What does it take to win? What are the challenges that you actually face in order to win? These are continuous questions I get from founders, startups, and these are continuous questions that I keep asking myself. And I realized it always starts with attitude. The attitude I saw was, wallahi, if one can do it, let him do it. If no one can do it, ya habibi, how can I do it? And that attitude is exactly the opposite of what it takes to win. So they started teaching us what the attitude for startups should be. If one can do it, I can do it. If no one can do it, I must do it. So this is actually how I started preparing for my presentation, and then I realized that there's a lot of quotes and theories that I can actually use. And I said, instead of doing this, how about I tell you my story, the real story, and what it took to get to where I am today. So I was born in the UAE, specifically in Nahyan, and then I lived in Abu Dhabi for 15 years, before moving to Jordan to study at high school, and then moved to the US to study computer science and engineering with math and economics at the University of Pennsylvania. And then I continued and went to Wharton and did finance and accounting. In 2011, I got an internship. In 2001, I got an internship 1 year before I graduated with Merrill Lynch. And in order to be able to go to the office and actually come back from the office, I needed a car. So I went online and I found a website named Craigslist. And I searched and I found my first car. I bought my first car for $1,200. 3 months after the internship finished, I sold my car for $2,700. Yay, I made my first pocket money on the side. I became addicted to buying and selling. I continued going to this website, buying, selling, and making pocket money that my parents don't know about. So then 1 year later, I graduated. I got a full-time offer from Merrill Lynch. I joined them. I started working with them. But then I had a problem. I had a lot of free time after work, and I did not know exactly how to fill my time. And I kept thinking and thinking about it. I guess they skipped a slide, but it's okay. So I kept thinking about it, and the idea was called Dr. SMS. I went to visit a doctor, and then I realized in the US, to see a specialist, you have to wait for another 3 months, 6 months, whatever it takes. So I came up with an idea of a scheduling system to be able to send SMS between the doctor and the patient and use it as a communication platform. So for the next 3 months, I sat down in a coffee shop every day after work, and I started developing and coding. Every single day. I wrote over 100,000 lines of code. But then, I got promoted at Merrill Lynch. I forgot about the software, and I started focusing 100% on the career ladder. 2 years later, I was sitting watching the news. In specific, I was watching CNN, and the #1 news item over there was that SMS became the #1 communication tool in hospitals in the US. I was like, ugh, I lost the opportunity. And that's when I learned actually my first hard lesson. And it was, if you have an idea, stay focused. It's extremely important to stay focused and execute it. We all have ideas, but at the end of the day, if we don't execute these ideas, they're worthless. A couple of years later, I decided to go and visit the family in Jordan. And I found out that my aunt had cancer. And the doctor said she has a couple of months to live. And to make things worse, I actually found out that my mom is showing exactly the same signs as my aunt. Alhamdulillah, I got scared and decided to go back to the US. Family comes first, resigned, packed everything, and went back home to Jordan. That year, 4 of my closest people passed away, including my aunt and including my grandmother who used to live with us. Allah yarhamhum. I was very glad I was there for the family. It seems I came back for a reason. Yani. And then I said, look, I need to make some money. So I went to look online for a website very similar to Craigslist. And I wanted to buy, similar to how I bought my first car, to buy something online and start selling used items online. But I couldn't find anything online. And that's where my first startup actually got born. Aswaq.com was very similar to Craigslist. It's a website connecting buyers and sellers to be able to buy and sell online. And at the time, I launched it in 19 countries, and it quickly became one of the top sites for buying and selling online. But I needed money to actually scale it. So I went and met with investors in Jordan. I met with investors in Saudi. I met with investors in the UAE. But no one would actually invest $100,000. That's all I was asking for. They all said no. So I thought the problem is actually in the startup itself. And maybe the problem is that my startup is focused on the region. Maybe what I need to do is actually do something global. And that's when my second startup was launched. At the time, if you recall, BlackBerry applications were very popular, especially with teenagers. And I was a big fan of football, and I always wanted to follow live scores. So I did an application called Shawit from shooting. And within less than 48 hours of finishing the application and launching it, it got 80,000 downloads. The servers started going down. I started getting requests right, left, and center to add more leagues to the application. The Bolivian League, the South African League, add more languages. So I did, and ended up doing it in about 8 languages, and it quickly became one of the top 5 applications on the BlackBerry app world, and the only one in the top 30 application that is not backed by a venture capital firm, globally. So I thought investors will come knocking on my door. Of course, I was wrong. I went back again to the market in the region trying to raise funding. But guess what? I also couldn't raise funding. So what did I do? No, not another startup. I started trading equities. So I started to buy stocks in the region. If you recall, in 2007, the markets were very hot. All you had to do is put money in any stock without even knowing anything about the stock market, and you would have made money. And in less than a year, I made more than 6 times my money. I started to think, yes, I'm becoming the wolf of Wall Street. Can you guess what happened next? I became very greedy, extremely greedy. I decided I want to make the maximum amount of money in the shortest period of time. And I leveraged myself for the first time 10 times and decided to go in an IPO, thinking that most of the IPOs before that were actually safe and all of them actually made money. The second I locked my money in is when the financial crisis hit the Middle East really hard in 2008. And I lost 99% of my net worth. Imagine that, all gone. From the inside, I was going crazy. I was really upset, and I didn't know what to do. And I said, actually, the biggest fear was even going back home and telling my dad. So I went home, and my parents kept asking me, what's wrong? What's wrong? So at the beginning, I didn't want to share anything. I mean, you know how Arab parents are. The first thing I'm going to hear is beep, 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 beep. I told you so. So I couldn't resist at the end, and I actually shared the news with them. And I told them actually what happened. And to my surprise was the reaction of my dad. He started laughing. I was boiling from the inside. I just lost 99% of the money I have, and he was laughing. But then what he actually told me right after that was the most important lesson in my life, that I used it as a principle going forward in everything I do. So he told me, don't cry over spilt milk. Khalas, it's gone. Forget it. Learn from it and move forward. And the second thing he told me is that the same way you did the money the first time, you can actually do it the second time. So very nice words, but they still don't pay the bills. So then, I met my current partner, Khaldoon Tabaza, and we started working on Riyada, which was an investment advisory services house. We started sourcing deals from the US and marketing them to regional investors. And guess what? We managed, in a very short period of time, to raise over $200 million for these companies. I couldn't raise $100,000 for my startup, but we were able to raise more than $200 million for the companies in the US. 2 years down the line, Abraj came and acquired us. And we worked with Abraj for about 2.5 years. We created the SME platform of Abraj, which was a $500 million fund to support SMEs across the region. But honestly, my heart was in the internet. I really wanted to go back and do something in that field. I couldn't resist. So what if I failed? I just need to try again. And that's where Imena Group was born. Everyone thought I'm crazy. Everyone. My family, my friends, my ex-colleagues. They're like, why would you leave a great paying job and go do another startup? And not any startup, it's also a startup where you actually failed multiple times before. You've tried the internet before, khalas, move on. But I kept asking myself a very important question. What's the worst that could happen? Fail again? طب ما I failed multiple times. So what? Go find a job after I'm done? I'll go find a job if I have to. But the most important thing is I did not want to regret at least not trying. And so I did. And now for the serious slide. So we started doing research in the market. And did you know that the MENA region is the only region without a homegrown online internet champion? We looked at the population of the Middle East and we found out that Mexico, it's equivalent to Mexico and Brazil. The MENA GDP is equivalent of Russia and South Korea. But guess what? We have a higher internet penetration than all of them. And we have higher smartphone penetration than all of them. They have more than $100 billion worth of companies listed. How many do we have in this region? 0. In fact, even if you wanted to invest $50 million, and that's your minimum ticket to invest, what options do you have in the private sector? 1, 2 options? That's it. So let me take you back a little bit in history. If you recall, at a certain point, 0 banks were actually listed. They were all private. Fast forward a couple of years, all banks now are public. And banks today form a percentage of the total market capitalization in any market globally that is almost equivalent. Fast forward a couple of years, all telcos were private. Today, all telecoms are actually publicly listed, and they form a percentage of the total market capitalization. Again, the same percentage as equivalent in emerging markets. What do you think is the next trend? It's the internet groups and the internet companies, and it's coming. So we finished the presentation, and we went out to raise $50 million. Little did I know that that's the phase where I'm going to start growing white hair, and I'm going to start losing my hair. So we reached out to over 1,000 investors in the region and globally. Global investors did not want to invest in small startups or based on a presentation, and in the Middle East, honestly. And out of the 1,000 we reached out to, we ended up probably talking to around 100. And From the 100, the most common answer was, no. No, Habibi. Habibi, no. Habibi, why don't you try something else? Habibi, I think, this is a very good idea, but if you add this and this and this, it could become better. So we continued getting a lot of love, but it's all in the air. Until we finally managed to get a breakthrough. We managed to convince Etisalat Group to be an investor with us. Yes, it took over 60 meetings maybe with them, and more than a year and a half, but we managed to convince them, and they came in. And the second they came in is the second when all of the other investors actually came in from the region. And as a lesson for most of the startups and the founders, always look for your anchor investor. The second you get your anchor investor in, everyone else will follow. And my tip and advice to most of the investors in this region is that try to make the winners instead of trying to pick the winners. And try to lead some of these deals. So we raise the money. What happens next? So the real work begins. I really, really underestimated how hard it is to operate and try to scale the business and even start it from scratch and grow it. I had to sacrifice a lot. I actually gave up every single weekend I have. I've been working for more than 12 hours every single day. And the last vacation actually I took was more than 6 years ago. But guess what? I'm enjoying it. I'm passionate about it, so I don't mind it, and I love it. And alhamdulillah, it paid off. So we've managed to build a unique platform to capture the MENA internet opportunities. Today we have 6 businesses that are growing, and we have over 450 people across the region, operating in a total addressable market of over $31 billion. Some of our companies that you probably heard about is sellanycar.com. We guarantee buying your car in less than 30 minutes. Today, sellanycar.com is the largest car buyer in the UAE. 25% of consumer cars in the UAE have been registered with us. And it's still growing. Remember Craigslist, where I made my first money? Remember Aswaq, where I failed and I couldn't raise the $100,000? That's OpenSouq. So OpenSouq is the mobile classifieds platform in the region. And in the last 12 months, it enabled over 70 million individuals and SMEs to transact and be able to buy and sell online. It gets more than 1.4 billion page views per month. And in the last 12 months, more than $21 billion worth of items were sold using OpenSouq. And every 15 seconds, an item is sold on OpenSouq. So what other companies do we have? We have Teller. Teller is a payment service provider operating in the UAE and Saudi. It's on track to process over $1 billion of transactions. We have ReserveOut, which is a restaurant reservation platform. It seated more than 2 million people in the last year. JustProperty.com and PropSpace operate in the real estate sector, and they help brokers, agents, developers, and property management manage their whole business from A to Z. And Genie is a low-cost ride-hailing business operating in Saudi and Jordan and is also profitable. 3 of our businesses are profitable. 3 of our other businesses are on track to be profitable, inshallah, by Q1. So we managed to grow our revenues more than 27 times. Alhamdulillah. And inshallah, this year, we will close at over $100 million of gross revenues. And all of this would not have been possible without the founders and the team. The team is everything we have. It's the most important asset we have. And I dare say that it's actually the most important asset of any organization, private, public, startup, whatever you want to call it. There's a slide missing type, okay. So they say success is an iceberg, okay? We're a very small ship trying to sail towards success. But what most people see is only what's above the water. They don't really see what's under the water. They don't see how hard you had to work to achieve that success. They don't see how hard it was to actually achieve it. How many times you failed and you turned these failures into learning lessons to benefit from. How much you had to sacrifice, how many times you got disappointed. But then at the end of the day, it pays off. So back to the question of winning. I used to do martial arts. I did karate and street fighting jiu-jitsu, and I got into a tournament in Philadelphia and managed to get 3rd place. Martial arts helped me develop my discipline and helped me become a fighter, literally. But then I always remember Rocky, the movie. He actually answered the question of what does it take to win, and how can you win? And let me read it for you. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. And that is how winning is done. Thank you.
What a fascinating story. That's one side of entrepreneurship. A lot of entrepreneurs are familiar with, but people who are not entrepreneurs might not be very familiar with. So thank you so much, Ade, for sharing that with us. So ladies and gentlemen, you've been presented with different technology projects ranging from education to social impact, from energy, environment, and the Internet of Things, AI, VR, robotics. And you are the ones that will be determining the winners tonight. The winners will be given the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to fly on over to London and pitch their ideas on the world stage at St. James's Palace in the presence of His Royal Highness, the Duke of York. And it's at this time that I would like to invite His Royal Highness back onto the stage to announce the winners this evening. Your Royal Highness?
Ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to say an enormous thank you to everybody who has helped with this today. I said it earlier and I'll say it again. But I would particularly like to thank all our entrepreneurs. Many of you in the audience have no idea. I heard them earlier this week at the boot camp and I was horrified. And I thought, oh dear, I was a bit nervous about what was going to happen this evening. But let me tell you that I have been seriously impressed with the amount of work that each and every one of them has put into improving not only their pitch, but also their passion and what they're trying to deliver. So congratulations to all of you. Now, everybody, I'm afraid that we have to narrow the field down to take just a few to London. And so this evening, there was beforehand a People's Choice Award, which was done over the internet prior to this evening's event. And the winner of the People's Choice Award is Al Rawi. And the other three, or the three that have come through the audience vote, and I have to say that apart from one, the one at the top of the list, it was very, very close between those numbers 2, 3, and 4. And the judges had to adjudicate to split the decision. So the third place is Food 8. In second place is Artellus. And the winner of Pitch GCC is 1 GCC. Just to put that into perspective, all 4, the People's Choice as well, will be going to London. So an enormous thank you to our partner here in the UAE. It is hugely important for us to have partners in the region. We look forward to working in Bahrain with our partners there, and as time goes by, we hope to expand also into Saudi and other GCC countries. But this evening, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for your support. And remember, each and every one of you can make a difference and make a connection. Don't all just rush away. Once we've just done the photographs here with the winners, they'll be here for you to talk to. Thank you very much.
Huge congratulations to our winners and indeed to all our entrepreneurs here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. You have been a fantastic audience. Thank you for playing such an important and pivotal role in tonight's evenings. Please enjoy the reception tonight, and we will see you next year.